Righty. So today I wanted to tell you a few things about how you can start in wildlife photography. And if you are like me and coming from a different genre, it might be a little bit, confusing and maybe cumbersome if you don't know exactly how this thing works. Well, it's a simple thing, and I'm sure that after this video, everyone is gonna go outside and chase the birds and the animals, the bugs, and everything nature in general that involves wildlife photography. Hey, what is good, everyone? Chris here. Welcome back to the channel, and I am very happy to see this one growing. Today, like I said, we're talking about wildlife photography and how you can start in wildlife photography. And I'm saying all this through my experience in the last year, soon to be a year, since I switched to photograph wildlife. We're gonna have a video of how to make money out of this trade and how you can basically make yourself not rich, but self-sustained through the wildlife photography. But today is just how you started, and if you don't know how to start it, um, probably you won't be able to make money. So let's start with the beginning. There is a misconception that wildlife photography usually requires a lot of, I would say, wild nature. And that is not exactly true. While it is good to have it, it's not necessarily a requirement. I started shooting birds and bugs and everything around in my backyard. So, the first thing that you should do is use whatever you have and try to see if that is something for you. If going in your backyard and enjoying the nature, the bushes, the trees, the grass, and if you're enjoying to lay down and get close to them and photograph them, if you enjoy watching the or looking at the photos afterwards, and all that can be not for everyone, can be a little bit too much for some. So if that's not for you, maybe you shouldn't start. But nonetheless, backyard or front yard are probably the easiest way to start into wildlife photography. The second, and probably the most important, is your neighborhood, your area, let's say 1 mile around your house. Everything that you can find in terms of wild, a park, a pond, a lake, or a mini forest, anything can be helpful. Even if you are in a city and you're going to the city park, that is usually a plethora of birds, uh, small animals, and so on and so forth. Photographing rodents in New York City can be wildlife photography if you know how to compose it and make it look like it's your style and that's what you are doing. So, neighborhoods around your home, maybe your neighbor's house that has more trees, whatever it is, that is still easy and it doesn't require any kind of investment to go out and photograph these birds, these animals, the mammals, anything that you can find, including bugs. And again, this is another misconception that bugs are not part of wildlife, only birds or exotic animals. Wildlife is everything that is not in your home, and sometimes it is, but something that it's not tamed, something that roams free outside in the nature, including bugs and, I don't know, flies, dragonflies, moth, everything included in wildlife is basically wild. So keep that in mind. Now, the third one, and as you can probably tell, I'm not trying to debate all of this. If you want to talk about it, put your comments in the box down below and let me know your opinions. But I want to get through all of them and tell you that it's easy to start in wildlife photography and show you that it is easy. So the third step is probably a longer trips, short trips, but a little bit longer than the ones in the, let's say, step number two, that was around your house. And those short trips are very beneficial, especially because you're away from home. You are not in the same environment. You get used to the wild. And it might sound weird, but sometimes the wild can be very wild. And driving 20, let's say, to 50 miles away from home to the next town that has a hill that is flourishing, and it has beautiful trees and flowers, and you want to photograph hummingbirds, and that's a great place to do it. That trip can become a little bit cumbersome, especially if you need to wake up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning and drive in the dark, be there in the dark and wait for the sunrise and the golden hour, or go after work when you're already tired. All that can be a little bit cumbersome, but that is the third step. And I guarantee you that can be for a while. You can literally photograph all kinds of wildlife, especially around the mountain or around the sea or the ocean, or on a hill, or somewhere in a valley that has a small forest. All those are very, very helpful. And you might do it for a while because there is a lot to photograph there. And I am at this point at that level. I didn't take long trips. I did take long trips, but not for wildlife specifically. And that comes in 2026. And I am very excited that I spent a year around my house, getting used with my equipment, getting used with the environment, getting used with the wildlife, learning how to approach it, learning how to photograph and use the light properly, how to use the backgrounds properly and choose the right one to make the image a properly wildlife image. All that is a learning curve, and doing it around your or in the vicinity of your home, it helps because you're not investing thousands of dollars taking Antarctica or I don't know, Sierra Mountains trips, and pay for the accommodation, pay for the equipment that you don't have and you probably need to rent, pay for all this kind of stuff, food and everything, and realize that the images that you took are not as good as you thought they will. So, yeah, this is the third step. Short trips, 20, 25 miles. Maybe take your family with you and do a hike somewhere on a hill, on a mountain. Try a forest in the summer or in the rain, because that's what I'm trying to do now. And yeah, that will help a lot. And obviously, the fourth one, and I know that I said obviously because it is obvious. The fourth one is obviously the one that everyone considers wildlife, again, mistakenly considers wildlife. It's the long trips, the trips on certain destinations that have some specific wildlife that you want to photograph. As for example, Antarctica for I don't know, Arctic foxes and polar bears and uh, all kinds of stuff. And you can also go to a specific location next to the ocean where they have sea otters or birds, shorebirds that you wanna photograph because they're beautiful, or because you have an addiction to that kind of bird. And by the way, you're gonna learn what you like and what you're gonna enjoy by shooting in the first three steps, and realizing that it's not enough for you, that you want more, that you want to enjoy this beautiful nature of ours, this planet, and maybe you want to document a nesting area. Maybe you want to document a certain mammal that in the winter has some habits, in the summer had different habits. All that you're gonna learn by photographing around the house. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, the curiosity and the push to do more comes from that. If it doesn't, it's not for you, and that's not a bad thing. You can continue doing what you're doing now, or just, snap photos of your family. That's not bad at all. Photographing is a great thing, no matter what it is. It's still documenting in itself. So yeah, that is pretty much it. How wildlife, or how you should take these 4 steps, in my opinion, to become a wildlife photographer. Like I said, I'm in the 3rd step, and next month I'm hoping I'm gonna do a video to show you all my, I would say, all the best photos that I shot in 2025 since I started wildlife photography. And I'm also making one to show you the worst ones. There are not that many because I'm deleting them. That's another lesson to learn. It's a weird thing to do that because you will never know how you grew. But I didn't delete all of them, but I delete a lot of them because I was trying to save space, and some of them literally pissed me off. Coming from a 20-year experience in photography and realizing that I am a novice at best in shooting wildlife photography, it is crazy. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and let's grow this channel bigger and bigger. We're getting close to 2,500. Hopefully by the end of the year, we're gonna get close to 3,000. I'm hoping. I'm gonna try making these videos more and more to push the algorithm to literally show my videos and my work to other people besides you guys, my subscribers. So it's a teamwork. You are subscribing and liking these videos, you commenting below. YouTube realizes that we are good and we are on a path of growing, and they're going to share our videos with other people. And I want to thank you all new subscribers. Please watch other videos on the channel because that's what we're doing here, and we're always having fun. And I will definitely see you most likely tomorrow.